Bueno, ¿qué tal mi gente de YouTube? ¿Cómo estamos? Hoy vamos a reaccionar a un nuevo video. En este caso, el making of, con subtítulos en español, de God of War Ragnarök. Son 10 minutos 14, pero quiero reaccionar aquí con ustedes e ir comentando alguna cosita que se me vaya por ahí. No sé qué, déjenlo en los comentarios. Estoy súper hypeado, la verdad es que yo creo que estoy igual de hypeado que ustedes en este juego, la verdad. Es una locura. ¿Cómo crees, cómo crees algo que le encanta a los jugadores del God of War 2018? O sea, ese juego es perfecto. Al 99.9%. Es perfecto. ¿Cómo creas uno más perfecto que lo perfecto, brother? Productora narrativa.
I'm the story lead for God of War Ragnarok.
I'm Jody Kupsko, and I'm the supervising dialogue designer.
It's my job to shape the story
Ay,
with
mi
our
Rich.
writing team, our narrative director, and game director.
As a producer, it's my job to help build a team to create that content, to own the schedule and
Brother, no sé,
content.
yo estoy reaccionando a esto aquí con ustedes. No sé por qué algo me dice de que aquí va a pasar algo, o sea, van a colocar algo adicional, no sé. Esto es God of War 2018. Este es cuando matamos a los trolls, a los dos trolls. Uno de hielo y el otro es de fuego. No, te miento, esto pasa antes. Si no me equivoco, esto es cuando estamos en la presa, donde Atreus pierde el cuchillo. Sí, es esa parte, es esa parte. Es esa parte del inicio, sí es cierto, sí es cierto.
And we learned that she made a final request before she passed away. She wanted them to spread her ashes from the highest peak in all the 9 realms. He's scared of being a bad father, a bad influence, and as a result, it's made him an absent father. His greatest fear is that he's passed that evil that's inside of him onto his son.
You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand.
Esta parte es cuando Atreus hace la mayor cagada, que es atacar a Baldur, y Baldur le mete un golpe ahí que lo manda al lobby. Es una locura. Después viene una de las peleas más épicas con Baldur, que es en el dragón. Épica esa parte, brother.
World-class weaponsmiths who end up their main source of upgrades and equipment. Now, among the enemies they make are the Aesir gods, whose leader is none other than Odin, someone we never meet in God of War 2018, but who casts a very long and dark shadow over the 9 realms.
There are consequences to killing a god.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
After many adventures, Kratos and Atreus end up
Amigos, si supieras lo que ha hecho Kratos, yo no sé, pero yo creo que para este God of War, obviamente Atreus va a saber toda la verdad. No sé. Algo me dice que Nilfheim, o no recuerdo muy bien cómo se llamaba ya saben qué parte me refiero. Va a ver todo, no sé. O ya sabe todo. O ya sabe todo. Esto cambia mucho la historia. Con la muerte de los hijos de Thor cambia completamente la historia. Solo por eso ya cambia. Es una locura. ¿Qué rayos van a hacer, loco, para este 9 de noviembre? Y obviamente vamos a estar transmitiéndolo, papá. Ay, eso claro que lo vamos a estar transmitiendo, sí o sí.
He was a very powerful chess piece for Odin, one that Odin is incredibly bitter about losing. Freya has vowed vengeance against them for the killing of her son. Kratos and Atreus didn't want to kill him. They were friends with Freya.
Obviamente la muerte de Baldur también
Kratos had no other option in the moment
cambia
but to
todo.
kill him to save Freya's life, even though it meant losing Freya's friendship.
I will parade your cold body.
Eso que le dice Freya a Kratos, qué locura.
Of every realm, and feed your soul to the vilest filth and
En Helheim, perdón, en Helheim.
He saved your life.
He robbed me of everything.
Bro, es que no, loco, los diálogos son hermosísimos, loco.
His death is also
Los
foretold to bring
diálogos
about
son súper hermosos.
which is a brutal
O sea, es
3-year
latino, es
winter
perfecto, español
that is
es
then followed
hermoso
by
también.
Ragnarök.
O sea,
It's
todo
an
como está
apocalyptic
traducido es
war
excelente.
between all the Norse gods, the giants, the dwarves, and the elves, and an army of the dead. They're all destined to fight in a battle that basically ends the world. Kratos is understandably worried about his son and what it means for him.
You get to go on this journey with how Atreus grows into a young adult and how Kratos grows into his next era in his life, and really see kind of the parent that he's striving to be, but the person he's striving to be. I find that tale so incredibly relatable. We had started shooting plenty of content before the pandemic hit. In fact, the week before we all went work from home, we were doing a shoot. I remember being on and off that set, running back to the office and having to talk to studio leadership about what was going down and how this was going to impact us moving forward. And those were trying times. For us, it was a very unique challenge because we had to bring in actors and we had to record them. And so we had to look at different ways of adapting our typical motion capture process and dialogue recording process so we can continue production and continue at the quality that we wanted for our players and our fans. We had some actors stand in for other characters, who were already, who were like core to one of the scenes, might just be able to play a background character in another scene, to be able to avoid a situation where too many people were on set on an...
Ese es el compi que hace Kratos, qué locura. Ese man, Dios. Bueno, hace la voz de... Bueno, y el personaje también de Kratos.
As a result of the pandemic and these limitations that we had to deal with. There were no cinematics that we changed. We still have the same characters in them in the final game. We just had to get a bit creative with how
Freya se da de cuenta que el muérdago...
Sunny is a teenage
por el muérdago de Atreus.
And his voice changed dramatically throughout the several years on this title.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
We had to go in and even out that performance so it sounds like it took place over a short period of time. That was a unique challenge on this one.
Den, es que cambiarle la voz a Atreus. Ya Atreus en esta saga ya es adolescente. Ya Atreus es literalmente adolescente. Checa Freya. Le rompe el escudo ahí, loco. Donde le pega, le rompe el escudo a Kratos, loco. Eso es detalle. No sé si... No sé, loco. Le rompe el escudo, loco. Qué locura. Esta parte perfectísima, loco.
And do Ragnarök justice. How do we lead up to that and then have a big moment at the end of the game and wrap up all those loose threads? This game is bigger than what we initially envisioned.
Ojo, el juego era más grande de lo que habíamos pensado al inicio. La historia tiene grandes momentos que habían que incluir. Ojo ahí.
There are more characters that we follow the threads of, and ultimately it ends up feeling...
Al final todo terminará siendo épico. Ay, amigos, si ellos dicen eso, brother.
For people to enjoy.
I am very excited for folks to see this final chapter. A lot happens. We put our characters through the ringer, but we also bring them closure and we provide answers to a lot of the questions.
Importa, ojo, 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 ojo. Pero también cerramos su historia y damos respuestas a muchas. Ay, brother, lo que se viene, épico. De las preguntas que el primer juego dejó abierta, ¿ok?
Combat that we're doing and the new interactions. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in this title that I think people are going to have fun with.
We all have our own personal Ragnaroks to deal with, and this story is about how you process that, how you own it, and how you make it a part of yourself and grow from it.
I mean, we set some stuff up at the end of last game. There's going to be some consequences this game. We're going to see how.
Estoy impactado, bro. Yo creo que están impactados igual que yo. Mira, ahí el escudo de Kratos roto.
The evolution of the family relationship continues. You got Brock and Sindri, the dwarves, who are kind of part of your makeshift family now. And there's going to be some other characters that we introduce that maybe going to disrupt the balance a little bit. I can't wait until players get their hands on the game or are able to experience how the story unfolds for themselves.
We have, I think, an incredibly well-rounded game. Very satisfying combat, beautiful and rich environments to explore, outstanding character art, a lush and moving soundtrack and soundscape. It's the work of hundreds of very dedicated artists, and they all have their own stories to tell.
Mira eso, brother. Por favor, dime que muestren algo más. No sé, loco, quiero ver alguito más, aunque sea, loco. Dime que no acaba aquí, por favor. ¡Ay! Acaba ahí. Muy épico, loco, muy épico. Me quedo con lo que dijeron mira, la verdad es que me quedo con eso me quedo con eso vamos a dar respuestas a todo, o sea... Hay muchas preguntas, loco, demasiadas preguntas. Y bueno, y aquí sabemos... Igualmente ya sabíamos que se iba a dar, ¿cómo se llama? Respuestas de todo, pero igual es como... ¡Oh! ¡Qué mencionado! ¡Qué locura! ¡Qué hype! Tremendo hype. 9 de noviembre vamos a estar transmitiendo el juego desde el primer día que salga. Ya está preordenado en PlayStation 4. Vamos a estar jugándolo, ya que no va a salir para PC todavía. Y para PlayStation 5 no tenemos PlayStation 5. Y así que igual vamos a darle todo el flow a lo que es desde el 9 de noviembre, tratando de pasarnos el God of War, ya sea en un día, 2 días, cuando todo el God of War. Igual van a tener todo en YouTube. Los espero, ya saben, en la plataforma morada. Allá nos vemos, así que ya saben, esta misión de TV. Nos vemos hasta la próxima. Bye, banda.